Hi traders, and welcome to the PL Capital Commodity Report. It's Wednesday, February 14th, just after 5 p.m. So the markets are closed, but the futures market has just reopened. In this video, we're going to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, silver, and uranium. So let's start. All right, natural gas, this is the spot market. We'll look at the futures in a bit. This is the 4-hour chart, and the bears are definitely storming the castle. Drilling in, I'm going to drill in down to a 2-hour. So my last video, I got messed up by this wave right here. Originally, I thought it was 5 waves, but then they made that little correction and then fell down again. And so I thought this was turning into a diagonal, a leading diagonal. But given this just constant drop here, I've gone back to my original count, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave, little correction for B, and then this is just a big massive C wave, and I'm not even going to try to count it. It's just a big mess to try to count. Just a series of 1-2s. I saw one diagonal in here. There's a running flat in here. So it's just a mess. It's finally come into a zone that should be holding here. I mean, it wouldn't make much sense for this to drop a whole lot more. Now it could. I mean, you can see the zone actually goes all the way down to 1.34 on this chart. So there is more room that it could go, but given how far it's come already, I think we're getting pretty darn close to the end of this third wave. So I'd only be looking for, I hate to say it, a buy setup. I can't, I don't know why anyone would want to buy natural gas, but that would be the only thing that I'd be looking for. I unfortunately closed my short over here. So I've missed this last, I don't know, 10% or whatever it is, 12%. So I'm just going to wait for a correction that should be coming sometime soon, and I'll be looking to play that fifth wave down. So that's the spot. We could take a quick look at the futures. It's same setup. You know, you just got this A, B, and then big massive C wave. Hit the 159 level today, which is actually, I thought 1.5 was going to be the target for the entire move down to complete the fifth wave. So hitting this 159 today for the third wave is not good if you're looking to be bullish on natural gas, because natural gas, then that tells me that I thought there was a chance they could go to 1.3. Now I think they could target even under 1.3, which is pretty crazy. So I'd only be waiting to short natural gas after a pretty healthy correction. But first, we got to confirm that this third wave is in, and right now you got no confirmation. They can still push it down. So for me, I'm out of natural gas, just doing other things. But I'll be looking to get back into a short when this they finally get a correction going. All right, let's move on to oil. So oil has really fooled me here, because I thought that this was the start, and it still could be. I thought this was the start of the down. So we got to look at it from two perspectives for oil. So as I've been saying, after this 5-wave move, I've been expecting a correction, and this is definitely, A, B, C. And like I said in my last video, the only question was, is that all the correction? Because they could just give a 3-wave move like they did, 1, 2, 3, and then they could come back up. Now they don't have to break 79.25. That could be A, this could be B. Now, what I see so far is just three waves coming up. So they came up, made a little correction, and then went back up. And then today's inventory or inventory numbers came out and not really bullish. So there's two counts that I have. So if you're a bear, then you're looking at it like this ABC, that's all the correction. And now they're going to come down to break 67, but they're going to do it in an ending diagonal. And so that's one, and then that's a very deep two. And now they're going to come all the way down in three ways for three, and then go for 4 and 5. That's the bear count. Now, if you're a bull, then you're saying this ABC, that's A, this is B, and now you're going to go up for the C wave, and it looks like that could be three waves, and that would just be one. And then they're going to go up in an ending diagonal for two. Ending diagonal for the C wave. So that'd be one, and they'll come down three ways for two, and then go back up and break that high, and the 79.25 for the three, go for four, and then still another wave up for five. So those are the two counts. And right now, I don't have anything to say which way I'd be leaning towards. I obviously think oil goes down to break 67, so I'd only be looking for buy setups. Now, whether that is, today's high, that's going to be it, and we're going down here, or, they could still be coming up into the 80s before they come down. So I'd only be looking for sell setups, and, you just got to make a determination of where you feel comfortable getting in. So overall, I see down for oil. We just don't know what this is. Was this two? This wave coming down, that was one, and that's two. And now they'll come down for 3 and 4 or 5. Or is this the start of a diagonal, and that was 1, 2, and then going up for 3, 4, 5. So two counts. Got to make a determination which way you feel. All right, let's move on to the metals. Start with copper. All right, so this really tricked me here. So I thought this, like I said in my last video, I see 5 waves. And so I said, expecting a correction and then one more up. Well, they gave a correction, but unfortunately they came and broke that low. So I was wrong there. I didn't look closely enough. And when I zoomed in more, it looks more like it was just a big ABC. So that messed me up. So what I did is I zoomed all the way out. So if we look at the weekly on copper, so I took a real big look on copper. Now this chart, it only goes back to August of 98. So I'm assuming that copper didn't come from like high, but it's just been working its way up. And what I think this is a 1, 2, 3, and that's 1, and then 3 waves for 2. So I think they're creating a big leading diagonal, and we're in the process of going up for 3. Now there's a couple other patterns that could be playing out. This actually over here could be 1, but for right now, I think the 1 and the 2 are in, and we're just in the middle of creating the 3rd wave. Because right here, I definitely see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a diagonal. Now it could be, like I said, it could be an ending diagonal. So you had a 3, 3, 5, and this is either like the A wave, but then that means like this is all correction and it's like going down to 0. But I don't see that. I'm only looking upwards. So that's why this is either one, or it could be this was A, B, C, and this is one. And then that means that we're going to get a big correction down for two before we go up for three. So fortunately, I won't know unless they break that low right there, 1.935. If they break that, then this is one up here, this 503, then that was one. And then this is going to be a big two wave. But that would take at least a year to get down here. So we won't know for a long time. So for my base case is that this is one and this is two, and then this is a leading diagonal. And now this is going to be a correction, and then they're going to go back up. And so when I relook at this, now I really feel like copper's got to go down, because if this wave here that started in January of 2016 went all the way up March of 22, I kind of doubt that this was just all the correction. This is all happening in 2022. Kind of doubt that that's all the correction, and now copper's going to go up for the three. It could. It came right into a great zone, but I kind of feel like that's probably just the A wave now that I look at it. So I think we're going to be in this zone for quite a while. Actually, let me move it down here. We're going to be in this zone for quite a while, because I still think this is like the A wave or the B wave. I'm going to get complicated here, because I still think that this was 3, 3, 5, which is a correction. So ABC. So now I think copper should come up and then come down and then go up. That's what I think is going to happen. That's the overall picture. Now this will take months, if not a year, just to do that. So I'm going to drill down here now. We can kind of look at the daily. So here's that ABC, 335. So I think it should be coming up to this 435. Now we're still in between these two ranges here, and so we don't have a clear indication. What I think could happen is this is an ABC, and that could be one. And now we have three-wave move here, and that could be two, and now this has to reverse and come and break 397 and give you 3, 4, and then 5. So that's what I'm leaning towards. Now the bear case then obviously is if they come and break 3519, then that's obviously I'm wrong. And then this 335, then that is 1. And then this ABC, that's 2. And now they're going to be coming down and breaking 3.5, and that'll be 3. And then that tells me then that was A, this is B, and then they'll be making an ending diagonal to come break 313. Well, get close to it. They don't have to necessarily break it, but I'd assume that they will. They'll break that in an ending diagonal, so that'd be 1, 2, and then you get 3, and then a 4, and then a 5. So these are still the key levels to watch. And right now you only have you have 3 waves up and 3 waves down. So for me, I'd only be looking for the buy setup, and you actually have a decent buy setup, because you can have a really tight stop right here. Because if they come and break that again, then that's looking a little sketchy. Because this could be the start of going up, and having a tight stop would not be a bad thing, because you might save yourself a lot of headache. So I'd only be looking for the buy setup, but You got to just be very careful because, like I said, this could be coming all the way down to not only break 3.5, but go down to that 3.1. All right, let's go on to gold. All right, so gold finally broke one of those key levels that I said to watch. And I think that 1, 2, 3, and then this is A, this ABC, that's B. And I think they're going to make an ending diagonal in gold here. So this ABC, I think that was 1, that was 2, and I don't think that this is all of 3. It's just not quite deep enough. Three should end a little bit deeper, because then you're going to get a pretty healthy 4, and then still come down and break 1972 for 5. And then that'll be a great place to look for the buy setup. So I wouldn't be selling right here for sure, because I think there's going to be a bigger 4 coming up, but then going back down eventually. So for me, gold is, maybe you can play down closer to like 1980 to look for a buy setup, to play just for a short-term bounce for that 4. So we can move this over here, but I'm fairly convinced now that they'll be coming down to break 1972 in an ending diagonal format. Silver, all right. So silver, they're playing a game. I think this is, as I've been saying, a big running flat here, there, and then they came in today. They tapped that previous low, just tapped it and then exploded up. So I think this piece right here, they got to create an ending diagonal, so it's not done. So I think this is just 1 to there. This 3-wave move up to here, that was 2. And I think this is all just the beginning of the 3rd wave coming down. So now they're going to correct up, so they wanted to create that illusion of the, double bottom, get a lot of people excited that it's going to hold, and then they're going to reverse it, break it for 3, then come back up for 4, and then go back down again for 5, and complete that big ABC. So silver's going to be really choppy. I'd just kind of recommend you just kind of wait until they break 2191 again before you start looking for a buy setup. Now, if they do come up and break 2332, I don't think that's what's going to happen. But if they do, then I'm wrong, and this is something else. This pattern is something else. Right now, I don't see what that pattern would be. That if they break that, but I'd be wrong, and I'd have to really relook at this whole thing. But I think it should be coming back down to complete 5 waves here. All right, let's look at uranium. All right, so as I said last time, I kind of don't, feels kind of weird that this 3-wave move could be all for the 5th wave, considering how big these other waves were. That'd just be a really small, but there are 3 waves, and we came up in a diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it could be kind of a contracting triangle, diagonal. So it's possible that the 5th wave is in. Now, unfortunately, we won't know until they break that level, 2663. Then we'll know that the 5 waves are in. So, and if they break that 2663, this could be turning into a really big correction, because when I step out, it looks like you got 5 waves up, correction, and then this would all be an ending diagonal. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, which means you could be getting pretty healthy correction before it resumes back up. So key level to watch on this chart, you have to figure out what that level is on your chart. But this chart, 2663, they break that, then the 5 waves are in. I have a feeling though that this could just be the A wave. They're going to give you a B wave, one more up, buy you a little bit more time, make that wave, that 5th wave a little bigger, and then break that 32.59, and then the 5 waves are in, and then you're going to get a bigger correction before it resumes up. So just got to make a determination on where you are with uranium. If you feel like it's got one more up, might not be a bad place to enter here, but just know that if 2663 doesn't hold, I think could be coming in for a bigger correction. All right, that's the commodities. I hope it helps. Thanks for your likes. Thanks for your support. And I will see you in the next video.